Furby, welcome back. Tsukuba Circuit. It's a great track. It's the time trial track. And we are at manufacturer round 3. Inxile GTR smashes out a good lap time and gets pole. Evil Roy was able to sneak in front of us. So Phasma, myself, in a pretty good spot. Blown gaskets. Let's hope the gaskets don't blow. Hyperdrift. Let's hope he doesn't start drifting. A cozy academic. Yes, he is back. Harry the Cat in the Hyundai. Mad Max ORT in the Peugeot. This will be a strong car on that track. On this track, I think. But McSkunk with the Vegemite livery and the McLaren in 10. Raymond the Bastard. Let's hope you are not a bastard. Nick Lock, another vet. Killer Brit in the Dodge. Mixie 75 in the old school Ford. And Porsche in 15th. So this is going to be 37 laps. It might sound like a lot of laps, but they are only 52, 53 second laps. But a lot of concentration is going to be needed. And we were able to get a practice in on Wednesday with Inxile. If you do want to do some manufacturer practice, shoot Inxile GTR a message so that come Wednesday nights around 5 p.m, 7 p.m. New Zealand time, you can jump in for a bit of friendly practice. So lap 1, we tuck in behind Evil Roy and we get on the gas way too much. And a little bit of a worry there. We were lucky to catch it, lucky to not get a penalty. And it is time to settle down and just play a little bit of follow the leader. I think we accelerated a little bit too much because we were thinking at the start just to get past Evil Roy. Did not want to let Inks get away. But 1 lap down. So that is 1 box ticked. Another 36 to go. So the vet feeling pretty good on this track, and we are in tyre saving mode. We are going to go for 15 laps on the softs, and in the second stint we are going to try and even go further than 15 on the softs. And Inxile in the Lambo pulls to the outside, lets Evil Roy through, and Inks is in full tyre saving mode as well. The Lambo chews it up a little bit more, being an MR car. A lot of the MR cars are going to be very quick, but it is going to be a case of a little bit heavier on the tyre wear. So Harry the Cat making up a spot. And pushing it pretty hard. We were aware of his presence in a couple of corners. He was getting pretty close, so we were hoping that no silly moves were going to be made. and go check out Inxile Garage. You can watch this race as he live streamed, and it was a pretty intense race. So we've got Harry the Cat right behind, and we've got more pace, but we're just staying in line behind Hyperdrift. We cover the middle, but Harry decides that we're just going to push through, and we were like, just relax mate, relax. We're on lap 4 and you are driving at a pace where you are going to burn out your tyres, so that spot will not last long for Harry the Cat. As we jump on with Mad Max ORT running the mediums, so this could be a long stint on the mediums for Mad Max. Good to see a few different strategies. Really do prefer the manufacturer sort of endurance size with a lot more laps. It's how the FIA should be. And Evil Roy out in front on the softs. Not the greatest connection with Evil Roy. And blown gasket, Hyperdrift, Harry the Cat, and we are feeling pretty comfortable in 6. We had the shocker of the start, but we are still on the lead pack, which is all we wanted at this stage, and to save the tyres as much as we can. The aim really was to hit 53s, and once you got into the 54s, you really wanted to get rid of your tyres. So on to lap 9, and the tyres looking good, and Harry the Cat starting to slow down quite a bit. But we didn't want to do anything stupid. And lap 10, I think a few of these front pack runners will be entering the pits, and Inxile was probably going to be one of them. But Ink's in a good position, and the Lambo looking very tidy on the Tsukuba track. So Harry the Cat peels off. Inks is in as well. And I'm not sure what tyre. I think Inxile is out on the hards for one lap. So an alt strat there comes out next to Mad Max on the hards, so this will be a sprint lap for Inxile. And nice driving there from Mad Max and Inxile, plenty of room. And the vet still feeling good as we jump to the inside, side by side with Hyperdrift, and we get a nice pass done. So lots of talk before this race. Being an SR killer, I'm not really quite sure why people were probably thinking that. Any track can be an SR killer if you don't know how to drive, so well, that's just my opinion, but I definitely do not see this track as an SR killer, or any track for that matter really. So Inks in 9th, he is on the mediums now. So not sure what his strat will be. Maybe another lap or two and then onto the softs, and that will give him a very strong finish. Evil Roy still out in front. But the shake and bake machine, thanks again for the livery devs. So we are being very cautious into the corners. Petrol, not a factor in this, and we're going to go for the inside. And blown gaskets, giving us plenty of room. So some really good driving up the front as Inxile is in, switching to the softs. But that is where, unfortunately, the race has pretty much just been lost by Inxile. Back onto the mediums. The old quick button push on entry into the pits, and that is going to cost Inxile. Hopefully he can get back on with another strategy and still finish strong. And pretty disappointing, but and I can understand the frustration. So lap 15, we grab the lead. And we are running 0 brake balance. We're running -1 to the front when the fresh tyres are on, and slowly switch it back to 0 halfway through the stint. The rear tyres do go a little bit quicker than the front in the vet. And we are going to double stack the softs again. And we come out in 5th, not too far off from blown gasket, so we're sitting pretty good at the moment. And I think Evil Roy on the slower tyre. So some more passing is going to be needed on this tight, quick track. And we jump on to lap 22, and Inxile on the medium still. And really swinging in that Lambo, some great car control there. So a few pits have happened, we got a few passes done, and we are back out in front. And we're going to run past lap 30, so we're going to push a little bit, but save as much as we can. And there seems to be a battle going on with the mighty Lambo and the McLaren. And Lieutenant Skid Marks up in a 10th. A good drive there, mate. rest of the field. Still pumping out some pretty good lap times. But we are on target. We are keeping it in the 53s. And if you haven't already, go check out Loopy Racing. Always streaming pretty much every day, every hour. So lap 25, and really still trying to focus. I think anybody that did this race, it was a big mental game for sure. So Evil Roy in third, blown gaskets, driving very well, but Mad Max on the softs and making some pretty good posies up. Harry the Cat right behind. Let's hope he doesn't make any silly moves, but Mad Max has gone into the pits. So Inxile still on the mediums. And trying to recover from the earlier error in the pits. Still driving pretty well. And once onto the softs, should be putting the pedal down flat. So we are coming up to a few back markers, and the focus was pretty intense now, as a lot of these back markers getting the blue flag but not pulling over. And I still think that a lot of people don't realise that just because you're ghosted, there is still effects of that car being in front of you. And dirty air being one of them. And it can make it very hard to concentrate as well. We did have a couple of guys pull over out of the way without slowing their own race down, which was good to see. And Mad Max onto the softs again. And he is having a great run in the Peugeot. Looking for a podium finish, that's for sure. And Hyperdrift just falling off a little bit. And Inxile now onto the softs and can get down to business. Let's jump on board with Inks. So it's just a purple sector fest there for Inxile. So on the pace, lap 30, tyres looking good for myself. And we are just taking it easy. I think it was about a 8-second gap to Evil Roy behind us. And we wanted to push on for at least another few more laps on the softs. Try and get 17 laps out of the second set. And then run the mediums until the end of lap 36 and finish on one lap of the crappy hards. So still in the 53s. Looking for around anything under a 34-minute total time. And I'm pretty sure we do go for another lap. So we're going to maximise those softs there, and Evil Roy on the mediums. And Mad Max on the inside. There was a bit of a nudge before from Harry the Cat. So Mad Max into podium territory, and Inks copying a couple of second penalties there. Biffo once again from the guy with no awareness at all, Mikosi Academic, and rubbing is not racing. So we go into the pits in lap 32, mediums on, and we still have a pretty comfortable lead. And Mad Max making up a ton of ground. Harry the Cat comes in. Looks like he's going to run hards to the end. And Inxile, he's done probably more stops than he'd wanted to. Mick Locke and Lieutenant Skid Marks in around the top 10. Bud McSkunk comes in. So a pretty clean race overall from everyone. A few knocks here and there. And if we can keep the mediums in the 53 or low 54s, we should be all right. The gap was creeping out to 13, 14 seconds. So the GT3 Corvette had come alive at Tsukuba, but it was still a few laps. Keep the head down, no silly mistakes. Harry the Cat coming through. Can Evil Roy get out just in front? And Inxile in the 7th. So a hard day at the office for Inks, but I must say a pretty solid drive there, mate. Apart from the mistake, still very quick indeed. And unfortunately, things do not go to plan. But it is how you finish the race, and well done. Into the top 10. And Hyperdrift doing what his name says. So Mad Max up into second. And we were checking a few of the split times at this stage that we almost kind of forgot. I think turning that hairpin, we just remembered. Make sure you pit. As in one of Nitro's races earlier on, he quite didn't make the pit entry on the last lap and was slapped with a 1 minute penalty, and then in the next race hit the pit entry foam barrier, and that ruined that race. But he does come back for a good last race. So the final lap, we have got it in the bag. It's been a while since we've gotten a FIA win. And Inksy is going to hold off 7th by the looks of us as we come on to the back straight. And we get the win, 37 laps. And we are very happy with that result. And Mad Max, well done, up into second. And Evil Roy, Harry the Cat, Makosi, Blown Gaskets, and Inxile in 7th. So a very tough race, an enjoyable race, definitely not an SR killer. So I hope everyone did have a good race out here at Tsukuba. It is a great track, and we will be onward to the next manufacturer in the GR4. But until then, thanks for watching again, take care, and we will see you on the track.